Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining this morning. My name is Katie Town, Regional Marketing Manager for AGCO. I think you'll really enjoy today's webinar. Zach and Marie with AGCO Direct will be showcasing some great work dealers have been executing this year. We started doing this a few years ago, regularly sharing what other dealers are doing. You may notice that as you receive a monthly email update with a view to the latest samples. There is no reason to reinvent the wheel if we find something that is working well, but this is also a great way to spark ideas and provide you with some inspiration or thought starters for something new you may want to try out. You can also see a robust lookbook on the my.oneagco.com dealer portal on the homepage of the marketing tab. If you scroll down to the bottom, it says AGCO Marketing Materials Lookbook. So go ahead and take a look at that if you have not before. And with that, I will turn this over to Zach to get us started.
Hello everybody and welcome to today's webinar. Today is June 18th, 2020, and we are going to be talking to you about the different campaigns that we've been running for our dealers, just like Katie said. Some of the coolest things that we think that we've done and everything that we would love to use with some of the different dealers. With me today is Marie Littmer. Marie, how's it going today?
Pretty good. How are you, Zach?
I'm good. How much coffee have you drank today so far?
Oh, I'm 2 cups in. One more to go.
That's crazy. Well, thank you for joining me. For those of you who don't know, Marie is our Senior Account Manager. Marie, tell them about yourself for everybody that doesn't know you.
Most of you should know me. I've been with AGCO Direct for about 5 years now, worked with most of you, and happy to help. Love my job and excited to show you some of the cool things we've been doing.
Awesome. And my name is Zach Kellen. I am an account manager here at AGCO Direct as well. Been here for about 2 years, and I'm kind of Marie's apprentice, so trying to learn from her the best that I can.
Great.
So we've got a jam-packed presentation today. We've just got just about 40 slides to talk about, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. First off, we're going to be talking about some of our well-rounded campaigns that we really like to show off. In marketing, the term is an integrated campaign when you do have a campaign where everything kind of connects. So with the first example here today, we've got Ohio Ag Equipment. With this, we did our work from home survival kit, we called it. Really cool campaign. We gave away a lot of free stuff for purchasing of Massey Ferguson compact and utility equipment, but the attention's not really on the actual giveaway here for you right now, although it is a good example of what we can do to kind of boost some of those sales. But what I did really want to draw attention to is how well everything is coordinated together. On the left, you can see that we do have those Facebook advertisements that tie right into all the same promotions. On the right, we've got the direct mail that was sent out to everybody in Ohio that was registered as a potential buyer. And we also further went into online display ads through Google and then video ads on YouTube as well for this. With this, we had 11 sales tied into this, and this ran for just about a month. So we were hoping to get some more sales, but still really good number for running for just about a month. And when you can do those integrated campaigns, it's really nice for the customer to have a full experience. If you want to jump to the next slide, Marie, you can kind of see what happens. So with Google, we got just about, I should have done the math before, over 6,000 clicks are going to this, and with those Google display ads, we had some pretty crazy impressions. All of those Google display ads were driving to one landing page that Ohio Ag had put together for the actual work from home survival kit. So again, that's one seamless contact with those customers. So once they do click on the website, they know that they haven't clicked on something spammy, that they know that they are on what they want to get to, and it's just a much better experience for the customers. We also ran Facebook ads with that, like I said before, 1,400 clicks, over 280,000 impressions, so really great numbers. A really cool campaign. The next campaign up here is along the same lines as that. This one is from Bobcat of Olean. We had some really interesting Facebook ads that were talking about some of those giveaways with the Yeti cooler and the different lawn chairs that are Massey Ferguson branded. Things that we can do, I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that. We can help out with different giveaway items as long as they're branded Massey Ferguson or anything AGCO, we can get them co-op eligible as well. So really cool stuff there that we can help out further. And then with that Bobcat of Olean post, we did direct mail as well to different customers in the area and drove them to a landing page on the Bobcat of Olean page that tied everything into one. Again, it's just going to be a much better experience for your customers and a much more welcome to them to actually move on to that next point of making that purchase.
Yeah, and so to add on to that, this Bobcat of Olean campaign was built off of the Ohio Egg one we showed right before this. So kind of what we're hoping will come from this webinar today is just some further ideas. So when the Bobcat of Olean people saw the work from home kit, they loved the idea, but it was a little bit, too far into the COVID situation to kind of brand it that way. So they took a different spin on it, called it a summer deal, and this is where we ended up. So if you have another idea for how to work through this campaign, we'd love to help you on that. And then going into some events, so we know that this has kind of been a weird year. Obviously, everyone knows that. And hosting events has kind of been, probably put on the back burner, or you don't really know how to do that. And we'd love to help you and give you some advice, whether that be just helping with marketing materials or hosting a fully virtual event for you. So this one is one event that is happening in person. And so we ordered those custom face masks that will be handed out for customers who attend. We made sure our mailer said, we're taking precautions to make sure everyone's safe, all the social distancing rules. But we'll also be offering the event somewhat virtually. So with this, actually, we're sending out a couple of people from our content team who are going to go to the event and actually take some photos, live stream on Facebook for Eckland while they're hosting their event with their customers. So those who maybe can't attend or don't feel comfortable going out to these types of events yet, we're not excluding them. They're still able to interact via Facebook and see all of the things that are going on there. So if you have a unique situation or you're something like this where you're just looking for even some direction on how to host the event, we're happy to talk to you and figure out what that may look like. So then jumping over into some parts campaigns. So this was actually a pilot program in 2019 that worked super well. So we kind of launched it to a wider dealer base this year. And the concept has basically stayed the same. So if you watched the last dealer samples webinar, this will look somewhat familiar. But as we do more and more of these, they're really showing that they do work. So if you are interested in running one, reach out to your FAM or AGCO Direct or AGCO Parts directly, and they can, reach out to you and get a campaign set up. But what it usually involves is determining some parts product categories, or even if you're trying to push service, some of those service programs that they offer, and then really taking a deep dive into the data available based on past purchase history and things like that, and then segmenting out. So for this one that we do pretty frequently on the filters and lubricants option, AGCO Parts will take your customer data. They'll do some analyzing on it to figure out who normally buys lubricants but doesn't buy filters, who normally buys filters but doesn't buy lubricants, and who's not really buying either from you. And then we segment that list and cross-promote. So if your customers are specifically buying lubricants but maybe not filters, we'll send them a mailer with 10% off filters, or opposite, depending on which group they fall into. And we've seen some really high redemption rates, really great engagement and return on investment for these programs, and they typically don't cost that much. The bulk of the cost comes in through the mailer, so a custom quote is normally how we go based on how many people are on your list, but we can also do text, email, social, all those things depending on what type of data you have available and what you actually want to use. And so this is kind of a collection of the results from the campaigns that we have run. But you're looking at a redemption rate of the coupon across direct mail, text, email of about 4 to 6%, which is higher than the benchmark. So that extra targeting is really showing there. Incremental revenue, that's a big, range there, but we've used it with a lot of different sizes of dealers, which is where that comes in. And so, it's looking really great as far as, who's doing the campaign and where we're ending up. We're also seeing customer spend increase, which again is the ultimate goal of a campaign, knowing that they're already buying one part from you, or maybe they're buying no parts from you and they're coming in and actually purchasing more or purchasing for the first time. And then the return on investment, you're looking at an average of 400%, which is huge. And again, it's not that expensive to start with, and you get that 60-40 co-op rate. So really great returns on this campaign. So again, if you're interested, reach out to us, reach out to your parts people, and we can get you hooked up and make sure we let you know how these can run.
Murray, with that one, do you think that that is limited to parts? Is that limited to filters and lubricants, or does that expand into more areas?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe we could definitely look at doing it on the whole goods side too. There's complementary products that could be marketed this way that we could for sure take a look at. If they own a tractor, maybe we check to see if they own tillage or planters or whatever that is for your specific area. So for sure we could take that spin on it too. And then websites, this program has been around for a couple years now, and we've gotten quite a few sites under our belt. I believe we have about 25 or so sites either fully active or currently in the works. And so you've probably seen this slide before or something similar. It's our tiered program. So you start with the basic, you can go on up to the standard, which is a little bit more robust, and then you can also go fully custom. So there's some differences between them. Obviously, the custom is going to be if you have very specific needs that don't fall under the basic or standard. But with our sites, they are co-op eligible, and we're really going to be that one vendor that is. If you do it through Tractor House or Dealer Spike or someone else, it's really not co-op eligible at all. And we do have our starting prices there along the bottom. And so you can kind of also choose how you want to pay for it. So some dealers prefer, with the basic starting at $5,000 before co-op, they prefer to pay that $5,000, that one-time build fee, and we can break it up into a few payments across the year, but that's how they want to pay it. Some dealers prefer to just do a monthly fee, and so you can do that as well. And so you see the breakdown there. It's about $160 a month, and that is just something that is ongoing. So based on your situation and what makes the most sense for you, we're very flexible as far as billing, and of course then you get that co-op split as well. And then one other thing that I wanted to mention, that the question we get pretty frequently is, what if I have competitive brands that would need to be listed on my site? We can absolutely do that for you. That portion of the site is just not co-op eligible. So there's those unique situations we've thought through and we've worked through before. So if you're interested in even just learning some more about the websites, or maybe you want to see some samples, we can send you links of sites we built and take a look through those. And we're also in the works currently of some design options. Some additional ones are being built. So those are also coming down the line. And then kind of as an added benefit, if you built a site with us in the past, or if you're thinking about building one with us now, those design options will be available retroactively. So if you currently have a site and a new design skin is something you like more than what you currently have, it's just a matter of flipping a button. So some of those things that you get as an added value when you build your site through us. And so I wanted to just share one of our more unique website situations. So McFarland's, they're a pretty robust business, and they do quite a bit more than just equipment. They have a hardware store, they do rentals, they're a tire service. So they kind of have a fully built out site for all those sections of their business. But they wanted to run some digital campaigns, and looking at their site, it wasn't set up quite the best to make those campaigns work really well for them. So rather than redoing their entire site, we're just building the ag equipment part of that for them. So To the front end customer, they won't really notice any difference, but it's technically two sites. So over here, when you click equipment, machinery, and farm machinery, this is where it's taking you now. In the future, when we get this launched, it will take you to this page. So it's a completely separate site, but we built the header and everything to look really similar. So it's a seamless front end view for the customer, but it will also enhance our digital campaigns when we start to run those so we can really give the best results. So that's kind of just a more unique situation. So again, if you have some of those type of things where maybe, you're multiple businesses or something, we can for sure work with you on building something that'll work for your specific situation.
So let's say a dealer does offer some of those brands that aren't AGCO related, like you're talking about, they do the mechanics and the different tires and different stuff at McFarland's. If a dealer did want us to include that in their website for them and just do a complete package, a complete rehaul, all done by us, is that all right for us to do?
For sure. Just like we can do competitive equipment brands, we can also do other parts of your business. So I believe you worked on, Zach, a site where they did trucking, I think it was, and we built that out for them too. So we can really work with you for whatever situation you have. And then another site that I wanted to highlight that you've maybe seen before on our past webinars is AgriService, and they went with the fully custom option. So you'll notice their design looks a little bit different from maybe some of the templates that you've seen before. But we built it with some functionalities in mind. One thing that's not typically included in our sites is this blog feature. So that's come in handy for, doing different announcements about events, or they're really great about posting monthly employee spotlights, some different things like that. And it works really great because we can just post a link even on Facebook. So they'll post a new article, they'll post the link on Facebook, and it's all seamlessly tied together and trackable and all that good stuff. So we have these customizable modules here. So, if there's a specific thing they want to showcase instead of used inventory for a while, we can change that out. And then we, like most of our sites, we have this rotating header. So there's 4 different options that kind of rotate through as customers come to the site. And then just to kind of show you a little bit deeper in, so if someone clicks through to equipment and then into windrowers, we actually host all of the specs on this page. We pull in the current offers right here. They can look through some different photos or videos, and then there is literature downloads. It's not included in my screenshot here, but that's on here as well, and then request a quote. So we're able to track pretty much everything on this page. So if someone requests a quote, that form submission comes through to the person at AgriService where we've set up that alert. They can see exactly where that customer was looking with the form fields filled out as far as their name, contact info, and any other details that we've requested from them. And we keep these specs updated for you. So across the board, as those change, those get updated. If new models are added or if old ones are retired, we make those changes. New photography, all that good stuff is handled for you.
And that function right there, I think gets overlooked a lot. It's something that we're looking to add into even our standard websites now, just because it is so important. That function right there increases your website's search engine optimization tenfold, probably, just because you do have all that information that your customers are actually looking for. So we've really been looking to improve the overall design of all of our websites. Obviously, this is a custom website right here, but pushing some of those features that are very necessary and very helpful to you guys as a dealer into all of our websites to make sure that you guys get a good product as well.
And then kind of building off of that website, I just wanted to share a campaign that we actually just launched this week. So AgriService had reached out to me and said, baler sales are looking really good. We want to keep that momentum going, but actually windrower sales are a little bit down, and we want to push that ahead of when we normally would during the early bird pre-sale. So we pulled together some materials, and it's a pretty robust campaign. Everything from online display, paid search, email, mailers. We did a VS display video for their in-store signage, Facebook ads, pretty much across the board. We're trying to hit everyone everywhere. And so with that too, we're really able to leverage their website. And part of this was building a landing page specific to this campaign. And so because we built their landing page, it was super simple for me to get that up and running. Sometimes landing pages are the longest part of developing a campaign, just because if we don't have the website, it takes a little bit of back and forth, either with you guys or you guys going to your web host. So we were able to kick this campaign off pretty much within a week and a half of the agri-service reaching out to me, which is really important. We know kind of, getting stuff going quickly. And so this is where we ended up. And again, it looks just like their website. So front end customers really don't know that they're going to like a hidden landing page within the site. So normal people browsing won't be able to find this. We did include the offer on the homepage and some other places, but we really wanted a specific landing page to be able to track back to our campaign tactics, so we can tell, where clicks on this website page come from, whether that's from Facebook or display or search. And then this form is specific to the page, so we can tell exactly how many form submissions we got tied directly to our campaign, which is really important for us to be able to know that we're doing the right things, and important for you guys to know that you're spending your money in the right place and maximizing those dollars. So just kind of a cool campaign, and to just show the benefit of a really well-built site, and even having a site with us where we can kind of leverage and quick turn on some of those campaigns and make sure they're really successful for you.
All right, switching gears here, I'm going to talk about a couple smaller campaigns that we've done, more so just kind of one-off things that we think are pretty interesting and can be utilized elsewhere. First off here, we've gotten a lot of different information about text messages lately, and there's been actually a lot of new rules in the United States about text messaging, about who you can text message, how you can text message them, and how you have to obtain that phone number from them. And we have to be really careful with that now. So it's something we're paying a lot more attention to. With this right here, this is a great way for you guys to start building those text message lists. So I guess just a little bit of history. Since that law has changed now, we can no longer text people without permission. So we have to actually obtain that permission. They have to either contact us or register on some sort of form saying that it is all right for us to text them. It's okay to kind of text people if they have made purchases in the past and given you their phone number through that. But again, it's kind of a gray area, and we just want to be extra cautious to make sure that we aren't doing anything illegal, obviously. So right here with Vans Implement, we actually did a Facebook campaign and a direct mail campaign promoting people to actually contact Vans Implement and sign up for their text club. And within this text club, we would offer exclusive discounts on parts, and obviously different things like new promotions for some of the larger ag equipment, and maybe events and different stuff that were going on as well. And this was actually with this campaign right here, after we gathered some numbers, we used those later into what Marie was talking about earlier with one of those parts targeted marketing campaigns. So building a campaign like this is really going to benefit you down the road, and keep helping you out and making sure that we do have those lists built in the right way, and that we can actually talk to those people. And we can actually build those actual text clubs for you. As you can see kind of on the bottom there, it's just saying join our parts club by texting join to the specific number. It has changed a little bit now, and it is a short code, like a 55555 type number. So it's even easier now, and even more attractive for that customer to do it quick and easy. Once we have gathered those text messages, then we can do some interesting things like this one. This was a Ziegler event where we actually reached out to those people that had registered for the event or people that have just registered under the text message link to get them to come to the actual event. So with this one, you can kind of see here, we're texting them, the event is on January 28th and 29th, and something like this is really perfect in the time that we are in right now with COVID. So much is changing so quickly, and we have to be able to contact those customers right away and let them know if information or details have changed about events. So doing something like this where you can, as simply as just putting in a number and putting in a text message, contact those people and let them know what is happening, is so big right now. And we can also kind of do cool things like setting up reminder text messages the day before. If they have responded no, we can ask them why and kind of talk to them about the next event. And if they have obviously responded yes, we can follow up with those guys. This was Marie's kind of text message. Marie, did you have anything else to add on these guys?
Yeah, so we actually saw really great results with this. We linked to the map of where people could find the event, as it was actually being hosted in a hotel. So we linked to that address with some more details, so it's easy to find. The link had a 10% click-through rate, which is really great. We had lots of responses, yes back. Or even no, I can't make it, but I need this other thing. So that's the other part about text is it's just another way to communicate with your customers. And a lot of the time, like with this one, we had the sales rep's name pull in variably. So to the customer, it looks like it's a very personal text. And so it's less work for your sales team versus individually contacting people, which is still very important. But on things like this, we can take some of that load off. But you're still getting those responses back and having that ongoing dialogue with your customer. And then Ziegler did say they had a great turnout to this event. So it's really just great to see that text is working, and I think we'll see it continue to grow, which again, to Zach's point, super important to make sure that now you're building up that text messaging list and making sure you're getting that proper permission to be able to contact people. So as this grows more and more popular, you're ready to hit the ground running with some messages.
Very cool. I like that added in map link that you had in there, just taking advantage of that we know customers are already on their smartphones and that we can have added functions with that. I really like that. Next up, we're talking about geofencing. This is a really cool, pretty new kind of tactic that we have been taking advantage of lately. So what a geofence ad is that we actually can go onto Google Maps and we pick out very specific locations. So with other kind of advertising, we're really limited to, at the smallest, a 1 mile radius for somewhere to target. With geofencing, we can get as specific as somebody's parking lot. We can get as specific as somebody's department in one of their stores to make sure that we're hitting those people. And when people actually get into that spot that we have geofenced, they are then marked for our advertisements. So once they do leave, or if they're in the store still, once they do pop up any sort of app, any sort of, it works really well with different apps, but websites, I know I've seen it a ton on our local news. I just get spammed with different stuff like this, and doing stuff like this really shows up on areas that you're least kind of expecting. The Weather Channel even has this enabled on their website. So once those people are marked, they get served these ads that you can see in that top right corner there. They come in a couple different sizes, but we can do GIFs and different, just a stagnant picture as well. But it basically, since we've targeted that person as maybe a potential customer, since maybe they're at a competitor's location and then they're looking at competitive tractors, we've marked them as a different customer as well. Or maybe we're just marking somebody. We did one campaign at local restaurants, so we mark people just because that's when people are they're on their phones kind of a lot as well. So a lot of different functions. Once they do get marked with that, they get shown all those ads, and hopefully then we'll redirect them back to your dealership, redirect them from a competitive dealership to your dealership, maybe most importantly. And it's just a kind of a cool function that we can take advantage of to maybe try and pull some customers away. As you can see, we've got a ton of impressions through this as well. Again, a really great awareness tactic. This actually kind of goes through the Google Display Network. So we are going to see those really high impressions, a good amount of clicks with this one, 1.4 thousand clicks, but most importantly, we're going to see those really high impressions. And on this one as well, you can actually see once those people do get marked, that marker does stay on their phone. Kind of creepy, but we can then track those people to see if they actually came and visited your dealership, which is really cool. And as you can see here, we had actually 212 people then come to the dealership and actually come in for sales and come in for more information.
Yeah, so this one was for us, larger dealer with multiple locations. So I would say 212 visits is pretty high and probably the highest we have seen. But that's not to say that like another campaign with smaller visits, even if it's a one location store, I mean, any visit is great and it's really cool to be able to tie that back to a specific ad. Um, so if you're interested in trying this, it's pretty cool. Like Zach kind of alluded to, we did run, one dealer did want to run this campaign targeting Chick-fil-A. And we did, and actually all of their visits ended up coming from people who were in Chick-fil-A. So, we're learning new things about this every day, and it's really cool to try and not too terrible price range either. It's actually, depending on how many locations you're targeting, the area you're trying to hit, it's actually a little bit less expensive than your typical display campaign, which goes out to, everyone, kind of more based on website content itself versus where that person has been. So if you're interested in trying that, for sure, let us know.
Next up, we'll talk a little bit about digital radio. So that's going to be your Pandora and Spotify. And we've also done a few others with iHeartRadio and a couple other one-off kind of smaller apps that you can use for digital radio. Our favorites, though, definitely by far are Pandora and Spotify. These ads are going to be those ads that pop up in the middle of your music, in between if you are not one of those paid customers, which, let's just be honest, none of us are. We all use it for free. So we're taking advantage of this because the typical radio ad is just very limited these days, and it's kind of a fading fashion. So we really think that going into digital radio is the next big thing. We are finding that a lot of different farmers are listening to Pandora Radio, to Spotify, while they are doing some of those longer tasks, sitting in the combine, sitting in the tractor, kind of going through the field, doing different things like that, cutting hay. So this is where we can kind of target those people. And Pandora and Spotify have released a lot of different targeting features that we really think that we can take advantage of, which is really great. It's really grown in the past couple months. Actually, we've gotten some more features with Spotify quite a bit. So we can really narrow it down to people by their genre of music that they're listening to, by their area that they're in, and we can show them these ads that are very pertinent to your dealership, and then also hopefully get those guys to click further in. But at the least, they're hearing those ads, and they're forced to hear those ads, really. And one of the best things to grow awareness and to actually have that recollection of your ad is to hear it and see it at the same time. So cool stuff, something to look into if you do want to get away from just that normal everyday radio buy. Next up, one of my favorites that we actually just finished up working on with Atlantic and Southern. This one kind of tails off. It was kind of a leading question I had earlier with Marie when I asked her if we could do this more so, if we could do targeted marketing more so with whole goods or not. This is exactly what we did with that. We identified some customers that had purchased some different equipment with Atlantic and Southern, but had not purchased a new tractor in some time or at all with Atlantic and Southern. Specifically, if they do get John Deere or anything like that as well, they became kind of our top targets. We really narrowed down a list. We had a list of about 30 people for this box, and we narrowed it down even more after that once we got addresses and everything like that. But then we put together a full campaign, a full targeted campaign, starting off with this box, which actually just landed 2 days ago. As you can kind of see, it's a very large box. I can't remember the exact dimensions, but it's something that you are not going to miss if it comes into your mailbox. Where you could get that normal, just the jumbo postcard certainly has an area where it does excel in, but if you're talking to some of these bigger customers, to these more important Fendt customers that are going to be spending a lot of money on a machine, you got to treat them like that, and you got to treat them the way they should be. So doing something like this is very premium, but it's for a premium customer and for a very small list. As you can see, that box does have a little insert in it, so a little postcard where we do have obviously that more information for them to follow up on, and that more information for Fendt. And we'd like to include a little present as well. So as you can see, we've got a Meg Light, Fendt, and Atlantic & Southern branded flashlight. Everything here that you're seeing is completely co-op eligible, so that's really nice as well. And the box is actually just delivered to customers 2 days ago, and Brady down at Atlantic & Southern sent me an email yesterday letting me know that they already have one phone call from a customer on that list. So really awesome to see. Again, one of the things that I really like is that you cannot miss this, and it's going to target those bigger customers really well.
And then just real quick, showing you kind of another take on that. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be about Fendt. This was a, Massey. We sent out probably a little smaller box with a, little less valuable insert, but still, again, not something you can really miss. And we've seen these work as far as translating into actual sales. So the investment is definitely worth it. And then real quick, I'm sure most of you have heard about VS Networks by now. If you haven't, it's a in-store digital signage option with pre-loaded AGCO content that you have access to, co-op eligible, starting at $237 per year, so very affordable. We can also do some custom content that works really great too. We've had a lot of great feedback on these signage options. So if you aren't familiar with this or you need a little bit more information, reach out. We can get you hooked up.
Next up, we want to show off our AGCO Protection direct mail program a little bit. For those of you who don't know, it is kind of a newer program, and we are really trying to push this a lot more now. It targets everybody that you have on your warranty list registered through AGCO, and it targets them specifically towards their machine. As you can see in that right, we have all different types of machines on there, and it actually gets customized to your actual customer. So it's really kind of eye-opening to them to see their machine on their actual direct mail. And it asks them to re-up their AGCO protection with you guys, or just flat out repurchase a machine. And we've really worked with AGCO Parts on this to make sure it's more relevant messaging, to make sure it's actually hitting on some of those bigger features that they really push with AGCO protection. There's a sign up on our AGCO Direct website right now, the Parts e-store. If you scroll down, I think it's the third thing right when you click on the Parts e-store, you can click on it and sign up for it and read a little bit more about it. But just keeping those customers as loyal customers is the most important thing. It's so much cheaper to keep those customers than to get brand new customers. And as we all know, parts are such an important part of our sales. Keeping those people loyal to us and keeping them coming back to purchase those parts is one of the most important things that you can do as a dealer. And this is a very easy way to keep them engaged. Used equipment advertising next up. So this is going to be some of those different things, mainly through Tractor House, Fastline, Market Book in Canada, and a couple different areas there. But we really like to try and branch out from that. So you can see that example in the middle from Lang Diesel. One of the templates that we have provided for them, big thing to touch on, we really are looking to get those templates all provided by us, because we do want them to all be standard for AGCO, for you to be co-op eligible. So please, they're completely free for us to create for you, since we are forcing you to do it. But we will have really quick turnaround on that, and our co-op team has been doing a really great job of pushing you guys in the right way to contact us and get those going and get those created so you are co-op eligible with everything. So please do be aware of that. But also think outside of Fastline, think outside of Tractor House on how you can market your used equipment. On the left side there, you can see some of the different things that Ziegler has done, where you are doing it through different web banners, display ads, and then you're pushing people to your website to actually look at your different used equipment that is listed on your website. On the right, we've got AgriService, where we are doing a big sale, big summer blowout for the different products that they do have for it. You can see that there's just a lot of creative ways to actually publish your used equipment. Tractor House obviously is a huge thing, and it's really great, and a lot of people use it, but just try to be a little creative, try to think outside the box. Since we do have those used equipment limits now on our co-op, see how we can get around that to help you out. Next up, we have content safaris. Marie and I have gone on a ton of these, and they're always a ton of fun. Marie, what has been your favorite one that we've gone on so far?
Oh man, the one in Jackson on the 8700S was a great time and learned a lot. Got to see the factory down there, which was really cool.
Yep, that was what I was thinking too, actually, the one in Jackson. We also went out to Tennessee to meet with Boyd Company out there and talk to them a little bit about different events that they're doing and do some video. I guess I should probably tell you what content safaris are, since it's not really a straightforward concept, but a content safari is when we actually come out to your location. Like I said, we actually come to Tennessee, we come to Jackson, Minnesota, wherever you are located, to do some professional photography, professional videography as well, and actually capture that content and then pass it on to you in a very professional way that we have produced for you. Yep, on the next slide here, you can see some of the different stuff that we've done. Ziegler, different crop tour, was that?
Crop tour.
Crop tour,
last
yeah.
year, yep.
Crop tours. And then also when we did go out to Boyd out in Tennessee, we did, they had a small event for the Farmer of the Year out there, and they gave away a tractor for the year, rented out a tractor. And then we did basically make a couple of videos off of that. These videos are really great, and they're really nice to use through social media, through your website, and we can really capture that content so we can use it in really anything you want. And it's going to be really nice, really customized content for you as well. The social media program. If you haven't heard of the social media program, then you have not seen any of our webinars ever before. It's one of our biggest programs. We've got just about 100 dealers, just about 100 Facebook pages, I should say, enrolled in this right now. And we push out content to all of those dealers on a very regular basis, depending on what program you do sign up for. We've got a bunch of different programs, and they will no doubt be one that is pertinent to you guys as a dealership. And what we do then is we actually push out content about 4 to 6 posts per program per month. And it's super cost effective. It's only $50 after co-op for each of those campaigns. And if you do more than 3, you're capped out at $150 per month. So it's very affordable. And we all know that social media is such a huge thing. It's so important to everybody, but it is so time demanding. You have to put so much work into putting together photos, put so much work into making so much customizable, and getting those people to make videos, getting your sales guys to take photos and different stuff is taking time away from their day so that they could be making sales. So with this program, you put that pressure on us, and then we can put out regular content for you, opening up your time and also making very professionally produced content as well. As you can see, it's a very tried and true program. We have just about over 100,000 messages have been pushed out, and we have over 28,000 engagements on those messages. There's a lot of dealers involved in this, and we're continuing to get better with this campaign, having better content, more customized to the actual deals that are being put out. More videos are being included each week in that, and we're even doing more content with the brand new Global Series program. So if anybody is interested in that, feel free to reach out to us, because it is brand new. It actually just launched a couple months ago, and just know we are continuing to get better on this program, and we're always looking for feedback. And we'd love to have even more people enrolled in that and get over that 100 dealer hump for us. Speaking a little bit more about social media, this is a program that's been put on by Adrian and Ash and a lot of those guys down in the Southeast region. They've been really great in getting interactive with us. And we do a really large social media push every month for all of their dealers that have signed up for this program. I can't remember, it's on the screen. We've got 51 dealers enrolled in this right now. So a lot of dealers in the Southeast region. And every month we have just a bunch, a really good bunch of different ads that we run, and we target to those specific dealer locations for them. We've done this we've done this for about 9 months now. Actually, we've done for all these campaigns, and all the managers down there are saying that our sales have been really through the roof, and they think that this has certainly been helping out with it. As you can see, just in this last month, actually, we started to track things a little bit more closely. And we received 330 leads on GC 1700 and 1700 series tractors just in 1 month for the different dealers in that area. That has been crazy. We push those through our friends over at Lead Anywhere, and they vent those different leads, so you're not getting 330 leads sent to you that are just fresh people registering on Facebook. Don't worry about that. They're all vented, and then they are passed along to you once they are qualified as a potential customer. And through all of those, we have 4 confirmed sales, and some of those guys are saying that that number is certainly way off, that number should be much higher. It's $500 per dealer. If you're not enrolled in this in the Southeast program, certainly, or in the Southeast region, certainly reach out to us. Let us know. We can see about getting you included in that. It's been a really well payoff for some of those customers.
And if you're in a different region too and this is interesting to you, let us know and we can look at setting up a similar program for your area or for you specifically.
Absolutely. Staying on the same Facebook track, I wanted to show off some of our friends over at Loft Equipment. We work with them really closely, and Zach and those guys have been really engaged this year. We've been putting out some really great Facebook content. We talk about Facebook boosted posts every time we do something like this. So just showing kind of the best way to actually use those posts is what we always like to do. Loft Equipment has really put together an engaged community and a fun community at that. He always loves to send me over some of the funny comments that he gets on his posts. And I know what you're thinking, like a funny comment on something that's trying to make a sale maybe isn't the greatest thing, but it really is. Just getting those customers engaged with your content, getting your customers to actually start to talk with you and opening up that communication leads them to the next step of making that sale, even if they are saying that the 870 pounds won't be able to pick up their son, or there's like a couple inappropriate comments on there, but we won't share those. And we're making it really customized to the dealership as well. You can see Loft Equipment in the background of those pictures. You can see that the April showers was bringing hail, and they had a really big hail sale then. So staying up to date and being customized on what's happening in your area at that time is super important for Facebook boosted posts.
So real quick, I know we're running short on time. Just wanted to share this sort of new ad format. It's a little bit more engaging. It keeps the customer on Facebook the entire time, so they can get a lot more information about the tractors without clicking off to your site. And then if they do want to click off, that's where they can do this down here. We've done a couple of these. They perform pretty well. So if you're wanting to try something a little new on Facebook, this is something we can help you build and execute. And then also really quick, just want to show you this unique situation where Kelly Tractor was needing some posts in Spanish actually. They're Southern Florida, so it makes a lot of sense to do that. And we had a really great reach and engagement on these posts in Spanish. So again, those unique situations that you have, we're so happy to help you figure out what the best practice is or how to reach those customers that maybe we're not hitting at this point.
Cool. So we're going to talk really quick about just a couple custom different projects that we've done, just showing off really the width that we can reach our different customers. First off here, vehicle wraps. There's a lot that we can do with vehicles, making sure that your service truck, making sure that your van that you deliver different things are branded for you, just so those customers do have that peace of mind that when that truck pulls up, they know what they're getting. And then also free advertising as you're driving around, as your customers are driving around, people are seeing those different vehicle wraps and seeing who you are as a company, and hopefully they're driving well, so they give you a good image as a company as well.
And we can do everything from a fully custom design to just you need some decals of the different, product logos or a decal of your own logo or whatever it is. We can help you in any capacity.
Custom videos are next up. Let's roll this one. This one's my favorite that we put together for Alliance Ag Equipment.
I'm not sure you'll get the sound.
Probably not. I'm not sure. But just to kind of talk about this one, we've got a ton of different B-roll for different equipment. We've got so much video that we can use that we've captured on content safaris and different stuff like that we can use to build your perfectly custom video. This one, as you can see, talks about all the different brands that they offer at Alliance Ag Equipment. And we've done that for a couple different dealers to be more of a dealership promotion than any specific product or any specific thing. And I think with videos, that's a really great idea to do. And jump into the next slide here, we can really show that those videos can be used anywhere. They're very versatile. That one that you're looking at was a 30-second version of it that we used on TV on a couple of different stations. But then we shortened that down to a 15-second commercial and used it on YouTube. And as you can see, we got really great impressions, almost 1,000 clicks on that. And video is always a really engaging way to get to your customers. And again, along those custom creative lines, I'm going to talk really quick on the right side about the new Boyd Cat calendar that we're doing. We're already working on our 2021 version. They were really happy with their 2020 product. We put together these custom calendars for them, all custom pictures. If they have pictures to include, we include their pictures to make it very personal to them. And then we can really do a really nice overall looking job for you and get those printed out for you. They're a really nice way to talk to your customers and, again, stay engaged with those people.
And then on the left, this was a more unique project that we did. It's actually a hang tag for a customer's door. And so it's missing the usual door handle hole because they were concerned it would blow off in the wind. So with these, we ordered some little metal wrap. So it came attached on there. You wrap the metal around the door handle and then it's secured on there. There's also these slits for your business card to go into. So that was kind of a unique project, a fun one to work on. And we've done a few of these catalogs for them as well, really customizing with their logo, making even that literature, say the Ziegler name on it. So it's very cohesive across the board. And then the last one here, just a few things. So this Lumberjack Farm and Ranch is the most recent logo design we've done. If you need a new logo or if you currently don't have one, we can help you out with that. Some custom sweatshirts that we ordered for Eklund. I'm sure that he'll be giving those out at his Heyday event coming up here. And he's gotten really great customer feedback on them. And it works really well. People around town wear one, and he says everyone asks where they got it. So it's just another way for you to brand yourself. And then one more unique project we did with Ziegler again. They had liked the idea of the seed companies doing their, row signs down the fields when you're driving down the highway. And so we took a spin on that and we actually pulled in, which machine the customer used to plant their field. And then we're going to include the sales rep's name and phone. So that's out there for if someone else is like, well, maybe I want to plant my field with the Momentum or whatever it is. So those were custom ordered, printed. They're pretty big, 24 by 36, so going to be really noticeable from the road. We've never done anything like that before, so a really cool idea, really fun to execute. And then like Katie said, if you're not getting the monthly samples email, let us know. We'll make sure you get on that list, but that has been going out every month for probably the past 2 or 3 years now. It's a great way to kind of fill in between these webinars to give you a kind of a quick update on what's going on and hopefully spark some of that inspiration. And then last thing, if you see something you like today, let us know. We'll fill out the survey. We'll get back to you. Make sure that you've got your last half of the year planned. You're ready to go, finish out the year really strong, and you got a good handle on where your co-op is sitting, and as well as thinking about the usage gates that come up in October. And if you need any help with that, we're here for you. And there's still time to put together a plan if you haven't done that yet, anything from custom planning all the way to, if you want to maybe jump on the MVP boat now, or on the parts side, the AMP program, we can for sure get you worked into those. So just let us know.
Perfect. So now for everybody listening live, we'll open it up to questions. If you do want to answer or post your questions, it is on the right side, and Liz will be opening up that chat box to check out anything that is posted. If you are listening on YouTube afterwards, feel free to reach out to us at ads@agcodirect.com by email. That goes to everybody on our team, or give us a call at 866-256-0025, and we can answer your questions later at that time. So Liz, I'll hand it over to you.
Perfect. Thanks, Zach. Our first question here is, what if I don't have a Facebook page?
If you don't have a Facebook page, there's never been a better time to get one, and we can for sure help you set that up. Get you set up, make sure your page is verified, all the settings are correct, and then from there probably put together a plan to make sure we're promoting it so you start to build up that follower base. So for sure reach out to us if that's your situation, and we can get you hooked up.
Are custom plans for campaigns co-opable?
Yes, they are. Assuming everything in your custom campaign is tied to AGCO, obviously, and executed through us, you'll get that 60/40 co-op. And then, of course, as it has been for many years now, anything digital is only co-op eligible through AGCO Direct. So that's where you'll want to be sure that if you're wanting to take advantage of some of those digital options, you're letting us help you with that so you can maximize those co-op dollars and get that enhanced 60/40 split.
If we already have a text message subscription list and communication tool, can AGCO Direct build a campaign to sign up and add new customers to our existing tool?
Yes, for sure. Reach out to us after this, or put that comment in the survey, and we will connect with you to talk through your specific situation and how we can help.
Can geofencing be targeted to other local tractor dealers selling competing brands?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's kind of the biggest feature of it, and probably what I would recommend most to do with it. If we have outlined a lot of different competitors in the area, I know Love Equipment does it to just about everybody in his area that has been selling competitive brand tractors. And then again, we have a messaging where it kind of talks about why Massey Ferguson is better, and what the difference between maybe some of those smaller tractors are when you do get to Massey Ferguson. So yes, absolutely we can, and I think that is a great use of that tool.
I am a small one location dealer. Would these campaigns that you've shown today work for me?
For sure. We work with, the full spectrum of dealers, so, all the way up to Ziegler, like the biggest dealers, down to one location. We work with you all across the board, and we'll tailor your programs to fit your specific budget, your customer base, the area you're targeting. So, if you're interested in getting started on these campaigns, we'll work with you one-on-one. That we're happy to do that and make sure that we're hitting the right people, and again, maximizing your budget.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think touching on that point as well, some of the stuff like Facebook, direct mail, we can really target that to any sort of budget capable. Honestly, we can boost posts for $10. I've boosted posts for $20 before, all the way up to $250. So whatever works for your budget, we'll make sure that we get something to help you out. And also that money is going to go further with us, since you are getting that extra 60/40 co-op split as well. So you're getting more bang for your buck on everything.
Perfect. And we are running out of time for questions, but like Zach said, feel free to reach out to us, the contact information shown. Otherwise, the survey will go out after this webinar today. So we do take that feedback and apply it to future presentations. So please let us know your thoughts.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.